Taylor explained on the podcast as she looked at Travis and Jason that she'd been telling herself, "Get yourself together. Just go tell Travis in a normal way." But when the moment came, she admitted to them, she knocked on his door while he was deep into a video game, and as she tried to say what was on her mind in a calm voice, she realized inside she was panicking, saying, "Oh no," because it felt like such a huge deal. She told Jason and Travis that she wasn't just dropping albums these days, she was dropping hints, touchdowns, and even social media surprises all at once. First up, she revealed to them that she and Travis might actually be living together, as she casually mentioned it during her podcast appearance, which, she said, sent fans into a spiral of couple goals. She added, and then, "You won't believe it. Insiders are saying Tom Brady is actually hoping I'll sprinkle some of my pop star magic in the Fox NFL booth." Travis and Jason laughed as Taylor described how Jared Goff found himself unexpectedly in the middle of it all when she happened to name drop him, telling them, "His phone blew up faster than a last-second touchdown." She remembered saying, "I thought it was like Jared Goff is here and Josh Allen is here," which made everyone in the studio laugh. Taylor went on to say that according to insiders, the Kelce brothers had become the antidote to toxic masculinity, and next, she recounted how she went full social media ninja, teasing fans and keeping everyone buzzing after the podcast. She pointed out, though, that not everyone was a fan, telling them, "Triple J couldn't resist throwing shade at my album reveal and reignited our long-running pop feud." Taylor turned to Jason and Travis and said, "So, you know me, Queen. Of surprise albums and heartbreak anthems, I decided to casually spill a little domestic tea right here on your podcast, New Heights. I just slid in like I owned the place." She reminded them that it all happened on August 13th, not just another guest spot. Taylor laughed as she told Jason how he'd asked her what segment she liked best, and she'd blurted out that she always heard Travis bellowing new news from across the house, which she found oddly endearing, explaining, "I'll be in the kitchen, he's somewhere else. And it's like this full-blown shouting chorus, and I have to admit, it's literally my favorite part of the day." Travis smiled as Taylor continued, "You'll be like, 'New news,' and I'll just yell back, 'No news,' from the kitchen, and I love it because of the bellowing." She turned to Jason and said, "If this isn't a couple, goals flex, I don't know what is." The conversation drifted, and Taylor told them that she wasn't flying cross-country every week now, so she'd rediscovered old-school hobbies like sewing and baking sourdough. Jason teased her about getting so homey, and Taylor replied, "Yeah, I was on tour forever. My mind was just stuck on acoustic mashups and figuring out how to say, 'Welcome to the Eras Tour' in Portuguese. Now I'm finally enjoying the simple stuff at home, and Travis gets a front row seat to my actual life." Travis nodded and said it was fun to see what Taylor did around the house, and Taylor laughed. "Honestly, all my hobbies now could have existed in the 1700s. I'm on my granny vibe." Jason asked if she really enjoyed all those homey things, and Taylor said, "Yes, I like to sew, and it's great because I'm getting my hobbies back. When I was on tour, all I could think about was the next acoustic mashup or how to greet fans in another language. But now it's been so fun for Travis to see what I get into at home." She told them that while they hadn't come out and said, "Yep, we live together," the hints were everywhere. She recalled being in Florida, back in May, hanging with Travis while he trained for the NFL, popping up for dinner dates and fully stepping into that supportive girlfriend role. She told Travis she was actually looking forward to the NFL season this year more than ever, because for once, she wasn't juggling tours or airport madness and could finally be his cheerleader without a mile-high schedule. "So if anyone was wondering if we're living our best domestic lives, the hints are loud and proud," she said. Taylor turned the subject to football, explaining that Tom Brady apparently wanted her to bring her star power into the Fox NFL booth. She said, "Brady thinks having me analyze games would be like sprinkling glitter on the gridiron. Pop culture meets pigskin." She confessed to the brothers that there was a time when she thought both offenses were on the field at the same time, picturing Jared Goff and Josh Allen blowing whistles and squaring off together, which sent Travis and Jason into fits of laughter. She told them that Travis had practically been her football coach at first, patiently explaining special teams, first downs, and all the little rules that make normal people glaze over, but fast forward, and she was now dissecting draft prospects, like Xavier Worthy as if prepping for a fantasy league. She told them Fox NFL Sunday was buzzing about her football glow-up, with social media posts everywhere saying they needed Taylor Swift in the booth, tagging Brady, Aaron Andrews, and Kevin Burkhardt, which she described as the ultimate flex. Taylor told Jason and Travis that she'd teased on the podcast she wasn't ready to be an analyst yet, but said, "Give me 16 months," which everyone took as a sign to watch this space. Aaron Andrews, she told them, had even gone full fangirl on Instagram, waving confetti emojis and calling Taylor crew material. The combo, Taylor said, would be electric. Brady's analytical clout, her own cultural wattage, and Fox's tech wizardry all mashed together. Taylor laughed and said that if people thought her stepping into the Fox booth would be peak NFL pop crossover drama, they should hang on because Jared Goff had been swept up in it too. She recounted how insiders claimed Jared Goff was adorably stunned when he realized she'd name-dropped him during her 2-hour podcast takeover, his phone going wild with messages, leaving him joking that he never expected to be part of pop commentary overnight. She told them the mention happened when she was sharing all her rookie football stories, like thinking both teams' offenses were on the field, fighting for the same turf. Taylor giggled, saying she'd imagined Jared Goff and Josh Allen facing off like cartoon characters, which made Travis practically cry laughing and Jason break into his signature wheeze laugh. She even told Travis she'd once asked him about playing in the 2023 Super Bowl against his brother Jason, picturing them lined up right across from each other, only to be told, "Actually, I'm on offense and my brother's on offense, and we're only on the field at the same time as the defense," Taylor said. "I thought everyone was on the field at the same time, like on the playground." Jason tried to sympathize, but Taylor insisted, "No, you don't get it. I thought Jared Goff was here and Josh Allen was here and they'd blow a whistle and go at each other." Jason and Travis laughed even harder, and one of them joked about wanting to see Jared Goff play defense for a change, which Taylor declared would be hilarious. She admitted she later realized how off-base her questions were, but said it made for amazing podcast gold. Travis, Taylor told them, handled all her football confusion like a pro, explaining offenses stick with offense and he'd never actually met his brother on the field. She said her curiosity hadn't stopped there, and now she was a football nerd in training, obsessing over plays, draft picks, and special teams, with Travis secretly loving how into football she'd become. Taylor shared that Travis even told her on the podcast he was grateful for her diving headfirst into football, something she said was like a love letter in tight end language. She pointed out her appearance also spotlighted why both brothers were the antidote to toxic masculinity, with the world getting a look at how Travis and Jason treated her and each other with respect, humor, and zero drama.